Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to Livestream Saturday. I hope you guys had a good week and that you're staying as safe as possible and self-isolating as much as possible as well. Hello everybody in the live chat room. I'm going to get you guys up on screen instantly because we did have over 50 people waiting patiently to start this live stream, so thank you guys so much for waiting in there for me. We do have Louis and Teacher Man 1955, Marilyn, Carl, Linda, Jen, Vince, Music Maiden, Laura, Linda, and Louis again, or Lewis, depending on where you're from and how you pronounce it. But also I have been racing around in order to try and get the extra names at the end of the live stream list that we have going along the bottom of the screen. So let's get these people up on screen. They are my patrons and they make everything possible on this channel. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are, and a lot of you are already in the live chat room. So hello and thank you for joining me, especially over from Patreon, and for answering my requests over there, as I always do before these live streams. But a massive thank you to these people going across the bottom of the screen. So we are going to be doing the normal, playing a few videos and going through the requests that we have had over on Patreon. And we do have Carla in the house as well, moderating at the moment. It's something that I didn't see initially while we were waiting to go live. I didn't see any moderators in the house, but Carla is in there. So maybe there will be another moderator or two joining in, but a massive thank you to the moderators and to Carla for joining us and being here from the beginning and doing such a great job throughout these live streams. If you do want to have a look at the guidelines for these live streams, you can go to wingsofpegasus.com and then go to the live stream section on the site, and the guidelines are written out there just in case you need any indication of what we do on the live streams. But it's pretty self-explanatory. We just meet up and have a good time, have a chat, have the community feel to it. That's something that I want to keep of utmost importance on the live stream. So as long as we're just good and straightforward and keep that community approach, it'll all be fine. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. So on the agenda tonight, we are going to be looking at just a mock-up of one of the things I have been working on today, which is the hoodie that everybody's been mentioning in the last live stream, and I did say that I'd try and work on it before this Saturday night live stream. So I will be showing a picture of that. I did do it today, so the hoodies, fingers crossed, will be available and up on the site in the next day or two, and I have ordered one just to make sure that they're going to be okay, but I think they will be. Everything from Teespring seems pretty good. And let me get a Spike the Likes mug plug in early into this live stream, and why not, if you get a chance, please hit that thumbs up, because we always try to get to 200 likes on these live streams, and we did it last time on Tuesday. So thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up, and if you haven't done that, then you can do. It'd be massively appreciated. It helps this video and also all the videos on the channel to get out there a little bit more, and for the channel to be a little bit more promoted by YouTube. But this is the mug that, if you want to, you can get your hands on in the tray underneath this video. And once you do have a mug, you can also upload the picture to the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters group, and then I do feature the pictures on the live streams. Maybe we'll have a look at a few random pictures that we've looked at over the last few weeks and just see who is chosen for tonight, because going through all of them will take a very long time. And thank you everybody for uploading all of your pictures to the Facebook supporters group. Without further ado, let's get into some of the music on offer for tonight and one of the requests over on Patreon. This was initially requested last week, I think, because somebody asked if this song of mine called Hero was on YouTube and whether the lyric video was on YouTube. And I don't think it's public at the moment. It's something that you can get over on Patreon, which is where these people come from at the bottom of the screen and make this whole channel possible and everything that I do possible. So if you want to head over there, you can check out all the stuff that's available over there. It's patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. But this is my Hero lyric video, which is available over there, but not public on YouTube at the moment. But maybe, fingers crossed, it'll be public in the future. It's probably something that I'll do. What tends to happen is if I have an internet failure or something like that, then I release a lyric video or something just to have a video for that evening. But just before we jump into it, we have a donation from DM, and it is for $1.99, and the message is, thank you for that, DM. The message is, PhilCon, see Wikipedia entry, also Woodstock. So thank you for that, DM, and I'll have to check that afterwards, and maybe there can't be a PhilCon already. Maybe there is, and it's nothing to do with what we're thinking about, and I'm not sure what that could be to do with, but it's something that I can check out in the future. Thank you for that donation, and obviously I know what Woodstock is, but not so sure about the PhilCon. So we're going to jump into this first video of the night. Thank you for this suggestion and request. This was Mona over on Patreon who requested this one. So we'll get into this, and as always, I'm going to be in the live chat room while this is playing. Let me get that super chat up on screen because it's great to see you guys in there, and DM who did that $1.99 donation, it didn't pop up. So let's get that super chat up on screen. I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Hero, and that's available on my album, which is called Persistence, and you can get that at wingsofpegasus.com/store, and also on iTunes and Amazon. But obviously for me, it's best if you guys go straight to my website, because then other people don't take a cut of the purchase price and all that kind of stuff. But let's get the super chat window up on screen, because we've had a little bit more action in there. And Ginger Duran has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. The message is, "Hi Phil, I just want to tell you how much I enjoy your technique demonstration videos!" Exclamation mark. So thank you for that. And it is something that I said that I was going to release the second one of those a few months ago, and then I just haven't got round to releasing it, and I'm glad that they're helpful. Also, just going through the techniques for people that don't play, I think is good to know what I'm talking about sometimes in the analysis videos, because I mention techniques and then sometimes forget that people that don't play might not understand what I'm talking about. But it's great that maybe it helps a little bit for you guys out there. And there are guitar lessons over on the Patreon page, and I'm not sure whether people even know about that over on Patreon, but you can get 4 lessons, and they take you from literally tuning your strings and never having played before, all the way up to being able to play a song and picking and strumming technique with the right hand. So a lot of the stuff is covered in there. It doesn't cover advanced techniques, but just stuff that you need to learn, and also to get into the right habits for then playing guitar in the future, so that you don't limit yourself and hit a ceiling because your technique has started off in the incorrect way. So you can find those 4 lessons on Patreon as well. I did those quite a while ago, but I thought it was good to have something on Patreon as well for those of you that do want to learn how to play the guitar yourselves. So we're going to be getting back into the super chat window, because we've had a little bit more action in there, and I'm going to have to scroll up a little bit, but Kevin has donated $5. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is, "I just watched Katherine Jenkins' performance at the Royal Albert Hall to mark the 75th anniversary of VE Day. Wow, what a voice. Happy VE Day with some rock horns." So thank you for that, Kevin. And yes, Katherine Jenkins is one of those names that we all know here in the UK, and has got such a great voice, classical singer. If you don't know who Katherine Jenkins is, but definitely check her out if you get a chance, because she's just got fantastic technique and range. By the way, like some of her singing that I've seen quite a lot in the past. I think anybody that comes from the UK would have seen a lot of Katherine performing. But yeah, fantastic singer, and also such great shows that we have here. Also, the videos that have been made for VE Day. I know that it's totally different, the scenario at the moment with coronavirus and everything. People can't really go out and celebrate, because normally people are out at the front of their houses having get-togethers and all gathering around a table, sometimes in the middle of the street. But unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that as much because of the coronavirus isolation that they are saying that we should be doing. But there have been streets that still have been really celebrating as much as possible with the 2-meter distance between each other. So that's been really good to see, and it's just one of those things. I think not only here in the UK but everywhere, people will still get together and celebrate things like that, especially something as important as VE Day, just all across the world, because it is such an important time. Also, interestingly, I think over in Russia they did celebrate it a day later, because for them it broke the next day. But yeah, but it's just one of those things. We won't be held back. It's such an important thing to remember and date to be marked. But thank you, Kevin, for that donation. And Nancy has donated $4.99 as well. Thank you for that, Nancy. And the message is bravo, with a cat clapping by the looks of it. So thank you for that, Nancy. And Robert has donated $5. Thank you for that, Robert. The message is, Phil, you are a bright light. Thank you for everything. So No problem. Thank you for the kind words, Robert, and for the donation. And also Carla has donated $4.99, as well as moderating, keeping everybody in line. Thank you for that, Carla. And Robin has donated $2.99. Thank you for that, Robin. The message is, thank you for sharing your knowledge and insights. So thank you for joining me on this live stream, and that goes for everybody in the live chat room tonight. Let's have a little look in there, because we have Amy, P, Lynn, Carl, and Beach M1, and Barbara. Orlando's in the house as well, and DM, and Frank, and Shake Your Guitar Tutorials is there as well. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. And we've had another donation from DM, who has donated $1.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, are you a stereotypical Brit tea drinker? I prefer iced tea. And I'm not sure what a stereotypical drinker of tea is, but I do have a cup of tea, 2 cups of tea a day. So I'm not as excessive as some people are. I know that a lot of people here in the UK drink 4 or 5 or 6 or more cups of tea a day, but I just stick to a couple of cups and 1 coffee. And that's just what I allow myself. I'm not much of a coffee drinker, just 1 a day. Again, people do go a little bit crazy with the coffee as well, but just 2 teas and 1 coffee is fine for me. And probably something that I do that most other people don't do is constantly drink water. I've always got a bottle of water, and just to signify that fact, I have my Spike the Likes mug, but then, even though I've already got a drink, I've got a bottle of water next to me. So it's something that I always have on me, and I think probably it stems from not only the fitness side of things and just being in the habit of doing that and always having water on hand, but also my dentist, when I was younger, said that whenever you have anything sugary or have a chocolate bar, just wash your mouth with water and that's fine. And so I just drink lots of water, and maybe it keeps my teeth looking better than other people's. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but it is something that I just subconsciously always reach for a bottle of water and have a few gulps of that. But anyway, I don't know, everybody, I think iced tea is something that I do drink sometimes, but over here in the UK, we have Lipton iced tea, which is really nice, but does have a lot of sugar in. So if you were to drink that and then not have water afterwards, it's probably going to be bad for your teeth, but it does taste very nice. So I try and limit the amount of that I actually do drink, but we will maybe I'll have some after the live stream, who knows. But thank you so much for that donation. And we've had another one underneath, which is from Amy P. So thank you for this, Amy. The message is, and it's $5. Thank you for that. The message is, love your music and the live streams. It's so good to hear organic music. So thank you for that, Amy. And I'm just going to scroll up just to make sure that I haven't missed anybody, because sometimes that can happen on these live streams with the donations, because you guys are so amazing. But thank you for that, Amy. Teacher Man 1955 has donated $15. Thank you for that again from Teacher Man 1955. The message is, Phil, I really liked the Easy Beats analysis. Half of this donation is on Orlando's behalf. Rock with thumbs up, and pizza. So thank you for that. And guess what I had last night? It's pizza. It seems like before every live stream I'm having pizza, which is a bad habit to get into. But thank you, Teacherman 1955, and also Orlando, because half of it was from Orlando, who was in the live chat room that I spotted earlier. So thank you guys for joining me. Carl is in the house as well and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. We all know what this is for. As usual, for the Cross the Pond Fund. Greetings from the Jersey Shore. Stay safe and healthy all. So thank you for that, Carl, and everybody in that live chat room. I really hope that everyone can stay safe and well during these times and are doing everything possible just to keep as well and safe as you can do. But thank you, Carl, for those wishes into that live chat room, and I'm sure everybody is reciprocating that back to you, Carl, as am I. Thank you, Angela, as well, who has donated $5. And the message is, partner has had you on all afternoon and is appreciative of your teachings. So thank you for that, Angela. And also for your partner. And I'm going to assume that's not a partner in crime, but just a partner in the most logical sense of the word. But thank you, Angela, for that. And Robert, I'm now thinking of a partner in crime or Batman and Robin. Let's just quit while we're behind already. But thank you for that, Angela. Robert has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Robert. And it looks like it is a straight up donation without a message. And Kathleen has donated $10. Thank you for that. And the message is, love your live streams. Thank you for tuning in, Kathleen, and for that donation. And DM has donated $1.99. Again, thank you for that. The message is, have you done a vid on Gary Newman, a Brit, a genius? I haven't yet, not that I can remember. So that is one that I can stick on the list for a future analysis video. Thank you for that again. And Jen has just donated $5. Thank you for this, Jen. And the message is, Sue, pizza is your kryptonite, with a questionable looking face or an inquisitive face. And I think pizza, and I think most fast food actually is my kryptonite, but what I do is try not to eat a lot of it. Even though I'm totally failing with that at the moment, with everything going on with the coronavirus, I'm just getting lots of pizza delivered, but I will at some point become a little bit stricter with my ingestion of pizza, if that's a way of saying it. But thank you, Jen, so much for that donation. And Michaeline's in the house as well, and Michaeline has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. The message is, hope you had a nice weekend, with a smiley face. So thank you for that. And we've still got another day to go, so Sunday hopefully will be the same as Saturday, and Friday kind of technically is the weekend, or at least I see it as a bit of the weekend, because Friday night is a good indication of being able to let your hair down and go out, which is what I used to do many, many years ago on a Friday night with my bandmates, or just bandmate, whoever was available, and we go into London and have a good time. So technically it does start on Friday night, I think. But thank you so much for that, Michaeline. And Laura's in the house and has donated $10. And Laura will allow you into the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook if you want to head over there to join the after party, which Vince hosts after these live streams. And also, if you do want to head over there, you can go to, hopefully this is going to be the right link on screen, wingsofpegasus.com. If you go to the live stream section of the site, there is a link that you can click on there, just an image that is quite big. You will be able to spot it because you can't miss it, that says the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on it. And you can click on that and that will take you directly into the Facebook group. So that's another way that you can navigate there. Of course, you can search on Facebook for the Wings of Pegasus supporters group if you type that in, and you'll be able to find it, and Laura will allow you in. So anyway, Laura's message is, Phil, Mario's here. So everybody say hello to Mario in the live chat room. That's what we do on these live streams. And there we are. I can see Mario has just said, hi, Debbie. So thank you everybody for joining me, and for Mario joining me and us in the house tonight. You can actually see two of Mario's guitars behind me. My brain was trying to mix up behind in guitars there, but we got away with it. That was a close call. And we have the Gem and the Maton behind me, the Acoustic, which you can see as well. So a massive thank you to Mario for joining us tonight, and also for sending me those two amazing guitars. We are going to be getting into the next video soon, but just before we do, we have had a few more donations. Thank you guys so much. Marilyn is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Marilyn. The message is, hi Phil, hope you're well. What was the best musical advice you got, and do you sing in the shower? If so, what? Laugh out loud with a heart. So The first question, the best musical advice I got, I think I've mentioned this before, was probably just advice in general about just everything, which was, if you have an idea about doing something, obviously all of my ideas are going to be musically based. It was to just do it and not think about doing it, but just do it. And this was a guy called Ash who used to own the rehearsal studios where we used to rehearse. And he was very much into music and had a record deal in the past, which is, I think, how I was able to learn a lot from him, and something that we'd do after rehearsals, because we always used to rehearse really late and then he would be locking up and we'd always be the last ones there. We always used to have a chat with him, me, and especially the other guitarist in the band. So we'd just pick each other's brains for hours after the rehearsal. And it was good to hear from him because he was a little bit older and had that experience in the industry. And we could also throw things at him and ask him questions about things that we were wondering about the industry. And from that, we pretty much got the idea that maybe getting into the music industry, signing a record deal, is not the way forward. And as I know now, definitely it is not. But he just said, if you have an idea to do something, just do it. Because I think a lot of people have ideas for doing things. They think, oh, I've got a great idea, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And then it'd be great, actually, if I could do that. And just work your way through the ideas and do them. And then you'll find eventually one of those will be your break. It'll be something that does catch on and people will like what you do and they'll enjoy what you do. And if it's one of your own ideas, it means you'll enjoy it as well. So it's definitely a great bit of advice. Don't think about doing things, just do it. And eventually you will do the thing that does catch on, and one of your ideas will be the idea that really does give you the break in whatever art form or whatever walk of life you're in. Just do stuff. That is my advice. But thank you so much for that. And we have had a little bit more action, and Mona has donated $20. Thank you for that. And the message is, really enjoyed your George Benson analysis. Thank you. So thank you for watching the analysis videos, just full stop, for spending any time on the channel. That goes for all of you guys in the live chat room, for watching the videos, commenting. And I'm glad that you do enjoy the videos. Hopefully you find them interesting, and maybe along the way you find out something that you didn't know about an artist previously, or a guitar technique that you didn't know a particular artist used so much. So fingers crossed people can get things out of the videos as well. But thank you, Mona, for watching and for that donation. And Robert is in the house and has donated $2. Thank you for that. The message is, your channel is one of the best. Rock on. So thank you for those kind words, and I'm glad that you like the channel. And Music Maiden has donated $2 as well, and by the way, was one of the names that I did add to the end of the list just before going live, because there she is. And what are the chances, again, every time I've mentioned somebody's name in the live stream who's just become a patron, it shows up on the screen. The odds of that are ridiculous because there's 300 names down here. So again, it's destiny. Thank you, Music Maiden, for joining over on Patreon, and also for this $2 donation. The message is, have you been to the US? And yes, I have, but only when I was younger, to go to Disney World. So I'm not sure that really counts. I'd love to go to the USA and visit other states and maybe California as well. And I know that Donald Logue, who I've spoken to on the channel and done a video with him, that he said that if I need to crash somewhere, I can do that in California. So I'll be okay there. It's just finding maybe other places in the US that I can just drop in and sleep over. Maybe just have somewhere jumping from one house to the next. We will see, but maybe that's a bit dangerous because I don't know some people, and maybe other people who don't like me will offer their house and it's just a master plan of theirs. But we will see what happens in the future, but we will see if I can get over to the USA. And also maybe again to Disney World, because that was cool. I am just a big kid really, and I do like going on rides, and it's something that I don't have a lot of time to do, unfortunately, but maybe if I'm over in the USA, I can fit that in as well. But thank you, Music Maiden, and Amy has donated $2.99 again. Thank you, Amy. And there's some rock horns with that, so Thank you. And Debbie has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, "Hi Phil, hope you are well. I just had a big Mexican dinner. Feeling great," with a smiley face. So thank you for that donation. And I'm not sure whether I've had a Mexican dinner before. It sounds like maybe it's one of those spicy ones, which I don't really have that good a palate for spicy food, which I mentioned last time, but I'm not sure if I've had Mexican food. Maybe somebody can let me know what Mexican food is. And is that the tapas that you mentioned last time in the live chat room, you guys? I'm not sure. So Mexican food, I'm not sure if I've eaten it. If it's spicy, I probably haven't. But it's great that you've enjoyed it. And thank you, Debbie, for that donation. Linda is in the house as well and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, what percentage of your practice time do you typically devote... Yes, I'm reading this correctly. Devote to guitar, and what percentage to singing? So I would say probably 80% singing, 20% guitar. Obviously, in my younger years, it was 100% guitar and nothing else. So I think I managed to get to a point where I was happy with the guitar playing, and then when I wanted to start to make full songs, then that's when I started to concentrate on the vocals. And yeah, it is quite a heavy split between the vocals and leaning towards those rather than playing the guitar, purely because I know that I'm a lot worse singer than I am guitar player. So that's what I definitely need to work on. And I think with singing as well, it's a constant learning cycle. You're just learning things about your voice the whole time and learning a more efficient way of doing things, and just trying to get your vocal cords to do what you want them to do is so difficult. So it's something that I do struggle with. Therefore, I spend a lot of time practicing it. So then people maybe don't notice how much I struggle with it because of the amount of practice that I do. That is the ultimate goal. But thank you, Linda, so much for that. And DM has donated $1.99 again. And I can't see the message with that at the moment, but we will get into the next video of the night because we have already passed half an hour in the live stream. So let's have a spike of the likes if we can for the half an hour splits of this live stream. We usually do go over an hour, so it's not quite halfway. It probably is about halfway in the live stream so far. So if we can have a thumbs up and a spike of those likes, it would be massively appreciated. We're going to get into this video now, and just quickly, DM's message has just come up because Odyssey of Ascension has donated after that as well. So DM has said, could you add Honeymoon Suite Canada and UK, you are the best, or UK are the best. So thank you for that, DM, and I will do. And Odyssey of Ascension has donated $20. Thank you so much for that. I can't see the message at the moment, but it's just going through the screen. So let me see if I can grab it before it disappears. The message is, if you need a place to crash in Texas, I live in San Antonio. The only thing you'll get here is Southern hospitality, a good meal, and a warm bed. So thank you for that. And all of those things sound good to me. And maybe a guitar on the side, but I'll probably have a guitar with me, most likely. So thank you so much for that donation, Odyssey of Ascension, and the offer as well. Let's get into this next video. And it was requested over on Patreon. This was requested by Terry, whose birthday it is today. So a happy birthday to Terry. Everybody say happy birthday to Terry in the live chat room. This is going to be my cover of Don't Slow Down by Mr. Mister, and there were a lot of requests as well for Parisian Walkways, but what I'll do is I will mark Parisian Walkways for Tuesday night's live stream, and we will play it there. And you might have to remind me, but I will mark it to make sure that when I come to plan the live stream, then we can have a look at Parisian Walkways on Tuesday night. But this one is for Terry. I hope you have a great day, and I'm sure everybody hopes that for you in the live chat room as well. I'll see you guys after this. I'll be in the live chat room as always, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Rock! And there we have it. That was my cover of the Mr. track, Don't Slow Down. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And Mr. are one of those bands that weren't necessarily that well known, but certainly a band from my youth, and it's very enjoyable to do that cover. So let's get the super chat window up on screen, because we have had some action going off in there, and hopefully you guys can see it on screen because I was messing around with the super chat window while that video was playing. We have had another donation from Angela, which is for $5. Thank you for that, Angela. The message is, when things clear up, if you go to New York City, you can crash at my house with partner and 2 cats. Hope you aren't allergic. So thank you for that, Angela. And no, I'm not allergic to cats. And my dad is, but it didn't go to me, it didn't pass down, thankfully. But I am a bit of an animal lover, so I've always wanted a dog, but we've never got around to getting a dog, and I've never had a dog, but maybe in the future at some point. It's something that I think, because I'm so busy with everything, then having a dog takes a lot of care, and taking them for walks and making their life good as well as your own life. So it's something that I haven't really got round to yet. But yes, cats and dogs are all fine. And yes, something that I think I would like to have pets, but I know that I'm a bit too busy to look after them properly. So it's much better for other people that have that time that they can spend looking after them. But thank you so much for that, Angela. And Ian is in the house as well. So hello, Ian. Thanks for joining us tonight. He has donated $50. Thank you for that. The message is, just for being you, Mr. Phil. So thank you for that, Ian. And thank you for joining us tonight, and for being yourself, Mr. Ian, and for the donation as well. It's massively appreciated. And I always mention about Ian's cover that he's done on his YouTube channel of Don't Cry, so you guys can head over there if you want to and check out Ian's channel. And also Joan has donated $49.99. Thank you so much for that, Joan. The message is, thank you for all your hard work, with some rock horns. So thank you for joining me tonight, and that goes for everybody in the live chat room as well, and for watching the videos and commenting on them as well. And Lynn has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. The message is, rest in peace, Little Richard. You did a good analysis of him. It still makes me feel sad that he and other artists from religious backgrounds were told that rock and roll was the devil's music. Music is a saving grace. So thank you for that, Lynn. And also, yes, the very sad news that Little Richard has passed away. I did a video on him relatively recently as well, so you guys can watch that video if you want. I think I tried to cover some of the background as well, but such an iconic artist. And also the whole religion thing and music, it is a shame that so many artists were almost thrown out and ignored by their family once they started playing rock and roll, because they saw it as evil. And it's such a shame that something that people believe in, this is the other thing about religion, it really does depend what you believe. Everybody believes something different, so it's something that you're never ever going to be able to agree on. You can just believe what you believe and respect other people for what they believe in, because I always say this about religion, however much you believe in whatever you believe in, somebody else will believe just as much in what they believe in. So you can just respect that you don't both have different beliefs, but unfortunately it does probably lead to most wars, is a religious reason for going to war with other people. So it is a bit of a shame, and something that, yeah, let's not get started on religion, but certainly with rock and roll and Christianity as well. I think it is something that, especially back in the 40s, 50s, 60s as well, they saw it as an evil thing. But it's something that you have to believe in heaven and hell and good and evil and God and the devil and all of those kind of things in order for that to even be relevant. So if you don't believe in those things at all, it's something that has been mentioned on my channel. A few people have said, I really like your videos, but I don't like the devil sign that you do at the end, which is the rock horns. And to me, that has never been anything to do with the devil. It's just something that, to me, signifies rock and roll and just rocking out and having a good time. And also, you have to believe in the devil in order for that to be attributed to the devil. But if you don't believe in those things, then it is just a hand gesture. It's like any hand gesture. You can put any meaning behind it that you want. And if I was to do any hand gesture, I could just say, oh, that's what that means. And it will mean something to me that could mean totally a different thing to you. So, as I said, let's not get into it. But thank you so much for Lynn's donation, and also for Lynn pointing out Little Richard being such a fantastic artist, and the donation of course as well. Thank you, Lynn, for that. And let's not get into the whole religious side of things, but Linda has donated $5 underneath this as well. Thank you for this, Linda. And the message is: time for a dumb guitar question. How do you know when it's time to change your strings? ? And I think when you do play quite a lot, you can start to hear, especially on acoustic guitar, they'll sound a lot duller than normal. It's just a gradual downward slope. As soon as you do change your strings, they'll sound great and bright. And then as soon as you've been playing, maybe for, depends how much you practice, of course, but even just a few weeks, they'll start to go a little bit downhill from a tone perspective. So if you're listening to the tone and it's starting to sound dull, then you can change your strings. Or if you just want to go hardcore, you can just play until they break, and then you know that it's definitely time to change your strings. But I pretty much start to change my strings whenever I start to hear them going off a little bit and a little bit too far beyond the sound that I want and just sounding a little bit too dull. So if I'm playing live, I always change strings before each show or each gig, just to make sure they don't snap or break during the performance. So that's my top tip for these people that do break strings live. Is something that I always say, just make sure it doesn't happen by changing strings exactly the day before, the night before you're about to play. Have a little play on the guitar, play them in so that they keep their tuning, and then you're good to go for the live show the next day. But thank you, Linda, for that. And Deborah has donated $10. Thank you for that, Deborah. The message is: what would be your favorite original? And this is one of those questions that I can never answer, because I like all of the songs, because I think if I don't like one of my own compositions, then I probably wouldn't release it because I wouldn't think it's very good. So I think probably Percy Johnson is quite nice. I like the fact that there's a lot of harmonies in the chorus, and also it's just a high energy song and something that I wrote with a mind to having it on maybe a movie or following a movie theme, at least with the lyrical content. So that's the song that I like, but I do like all of the songs. So, but I am biased because they are my own, and if I didn't like them, I think I'd be probably in a bad place releasing something that I didn't like and then wouldn't like to play in the future. But thank you, Deborah, for that donation. And Kevin has donated $5. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is: Mexican food can be tacos, burritos. I like fajitas. From mild to spicy hot, I enjoy a taco pizza too, with some rock horns. Thank you for that, Kevin. So that does mean that there's a bit of spice in Mexican food. Probably why I haven't eaten a lot of it, and why I didn't know last time what a taco was, because I wasn't sure if I'd had one before. But thank you for clearing that up, Kevin. And Amy has donated $9.99. Again, thank you for that, Amy. And the message I can't see over here, so I'm going to have to go over here. The message is: Phil, we can certainly set up a safe tour and bed and breakfast situation all over the US, I bet, with a thumbs up. I love roller coasters, so I'll sign up for a trip to Universal Studios. So thank you for that, Amy, and that sounds good. I'm just going to move this box to see if I can get the end of that line in on screen. But yes, Universal Studios, that is one of those places that I definitely went to when I was younger, and also the water parks as well. There's Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. I think that Typhoon Lagoon isn't there anymore. I'm not sure. I'll have to do my research on that. But yeah, all of the places, and there's Epcot Center as well. I think that's more of an educational thing, but Universal Studios certainly was good. There was another one where there was the lift that drops down, the Hollywood Tower, was that called? So yeah, that was good fun. I do like going on the rides. So yeah, hopefully in the future, fingers crossed, I can make it over there. But thank you, Amy, for that donation. And let's have a look into the live chat room tonight. We have Linda still in there, and Lynn, and Wanda. And that's gone through too quickly, but Mario, it looked like BB something, but thank you for joining in. And Italian Carrot Red is in the house again and has said hello, Phil. So hello to you and everybody else in there, and Darla, Ginger Duran, the Mr. Ziff, and Jen, and Laura still in there as well. Thank you guys for joining me tonight on Live Stream Saturday. Now, let me show you the images of the hoodie that hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be available underneath these videos, but also on Teespring very soon. I'm going to attempt to do this. I haven't put this on my special stuff, or the software and the stuff that I click in order for it to show up. So let's see if this works, fingers crossed, because this is how I've been doing the mugshots as well. But the black hoodie, obviously that is an image of what it's going to look like, just the mock-up image. So we've got the same logo that was on the t-shirts and is on the t-shirts with the London, England underneath it. And there's also, should be the white version, which, especially the white on white, you can't really make it out very well, but that is the white version of the hoodie, and it is one of the pullover hoodies because those, like I've said on the other live stream, are the easiest ones to just apply a design to, and the other one has a ridiculous amount of different sections that you have to then edit the logo in order to fit on it, and I don't know what I'd put on each section. I think just having something on the front is probably the best way to go about it. But maybe in the future I will be wearing one of those soon on the live stream instead of one of these hoodies. And you never know. You guys, if you do order them, you can take a picture, upload it to the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters group, and we can have some hoodie shots as well. And that is something that has been happening over on Facebook. Let's just have a random click over on this list and see who we have here. This is Teresa with her mug. So that was just a random click. These are all pictures that have been uploaded over on Facebook. Let's see. Also, we've got Ray here with her mug and also her t-shirt with the Unwanted Stranger video in the background. So thank you, Ray, for sending that in. And let's have a scroll down to just have another random click to see where we are. And this is from Sandy. So there's the album as well, and the Spike the Likes mug, and the piano, which I spoke about the last time I showed this picture, which I won't get into again because you guys will just be bored of all of those things I was saying about it. Anyway, we're going to be moving on with the live stream because we have had a request over on Patreon. Again, thank you guys for those, for the Don't Cry lyric video. I think it was just for Don't Cry, and this was requested over there. I think it was Lynn and Teresa also, who were just shown, who requested this one over there. And by the way, Jürgen and Joan also requested Don't Slow Down because it was Terry's birthday and we played it for him, but there were another couple of people that did want to see that one. So we will see what happens further on in the live stream. I've just seen there's lots and lots of faces that have been posted, but I'm not sure whether that's going to show up on your screen. I think it just went through quickly. So thank you for all of those random faces. We're going to be jumping into the next video of the live stream. It's going to be my lyric video for Don't Cry. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you guys after. I'll be in the live chat room as always, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Rock! sometimes when you think you see her face in the crowd. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry, here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Shopping in the hall, only empty spaces. Brand new kitchens, black and white. I feel the house is dying, and I'm inside. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she said. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Every time I think of you, I just break down. I miss you more than I ever could And there we have it. That was my song called Don't Cry. And as you could see, you can pick that up at wingsofpegasus.com on the album Persistence, but also you can get the tracks individually if you want to just download one at a time. So thank you everybody for the kind words about the hoodie as well. It is something that I've spent today doing because I did have a version of the logo and it wasn't that good a quality, which meant that it wasn't a high pixel count. If you're talking about HD, which is like 1080 pixels, I don't want to get too complicated with things, but the bigger the image is, the better quality it looks on printed items. So I made the logo into a massive version of it so that hopefully when it's printed it will look really concise and really nice and clean, and the edges will be great. So we will see. I do have a delivery date for that. I think it was maybe in a few days time that it can be rushed through to me, so hopefully I'll get it relatively soon. I'm not sure whether it will be here on Tuesday, but I hope that I'll be able to wear one on the live streams so that you guys can see it and then you can get a feel as to what it looks like. And it's got pockets in and obviously a hood. So we will see what it looks like when it arrives, and it will probably be up on Teespring and underneath the videos in a day or a couple of days, so you should be able to get your hands on one then as well. But we have had a little bit more action in the super chat window, so let me just have a scroll through because Deborah has donated $5. Thank you for that, Deborah. The message is, "Aloha Phil, you are awesome." So thank you for that, Deborah, and thank you for tuning in as well. We've had another donation underneath that from Ray, who I showed on screen a little bit earlier, and it is for $50. Thank you so much for that, Ray. The message is, "Your honesty and transparency are refreshing. You have wisdom well beyond your years. From you, I am learning a language for the vocal and instrumental expressions of my soul. Thank you for sharing," and thank you for those very kind words, Ray, and for the donation. And like I said in the last live stream, that if people still want to watch these videos, as long as people like to watch them, I will keep on doing them as long as I am able to do it. And with all of your support on these live streams and also from my patrons over on Patreon, fingers crossed everything's just going to continue into the future and we can keep on doing these videos and listening to music together on these live streams and having these interactions as well, because the live streams certainly are a bit of a highlight in the week for me, a couple of times now in the week, because it means that I get a little bit of a break from the other videos, because I do spend quite a lot of time researching and making sure that everything that I'm saying is factually correct, because it's one of those things that sometimes you've heard stories and you know things about artists that you don't necessarily know are true. So it's good just to double check and triple check to make sure that everything on the video is as it should be. So yeah, it takes quite a lot of research on the analysis video. So when I do a live stream, I can just set up the live stream and just chat to you guys as well. So it is a little bit more relaxed for me, almost like having a night off, spending it with you guys and just listening to some music and just playing through a few requests. And it's great also just to touch base with you guys in a live setting rather than in the comments. The comments are great and it's good to have that offline passive interaction, but nothing beats a live stream. So thank you everybody for joining in, because I can see you all live. We've got Vince and Laurie and Rockin' the Rockies, and Lynn still in the house as well, and Franco has just donated. But let's get into the super chat window again, because there have been a couple before that. Empress Mermaid has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, "I've missed live chats lately, glad to be back, keep on rocking. PS, impressed by your correct pronunciation of fajitas." So thank you for that. And I don't know why and how I'm pronouncing that correctly. It must be something that I've subconsciously picked up, and it's just the way that I say it. So thank you for that. And if that wasn't the right way of saying it, it certainly would have been wrong on an extreme level. So thank you for letting me know that I'm even saying it correctly. And we've had another donation underneath that from Fred, which is for $5. Thank you for that, Fred. The message is, "Years ago, I found a cassette tape on the sidewalk. The Hersham Boys by Sham 69. Loved them since." So thank you for that message, and what a story that is, just finding a cassette tape on the sidewalk, or on the pavement as we call it here in the UK. And this is the great thing about tapes, is that they could take quite a lot of punishment. I know that when CDs came along, I mean, as long as you didn't actually get the tape caught up, and that was something that I've just had a flashback to. Your tape player, when it starts to chew up the tape and you're listening to it and you can hear that it's doing it, you have to stop it and then open it, and then it's all chewed up and it's inside the little roller and you have to try and undo it, and then you have to go through the process of untwisting it and then getting a pen or something to wind it back. I think the younger generation don't know what I'm talking about, but you guys will know what I'm talking about when your tapes get chewed up. What a nightmare that was. But anyway, thank you so much, Fred, for that donation and for that little flashback to remembering tape players and Walkmans and all those kind of things. The worst thing was when the tape got chewed up in the tape player in the car. And if you were very advanced and fancy, you had a tape player in your car, because if it started to get chewed up there, it's inside the unit. So then you pull out the tape the actual physical tape, and the tape is still stuck in there. So it's like a long string of pizza or something coming out of the tape player. So then getting it out of there, absolute nightmare. But anyway, thank you for that, Fred. And Franco has donated $5. Thank you for that, Franco. And the message is, always enjoy your show. Bed and breakfast tour, that's an idea, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Franco. And it looks like some kind of musical notation, but it's black on black, so I can't quite make it out. But thank you for that, Franco, the bed and breakfast tour. It does sound interesting, and especially over in the USA, I know that you guys have pancakes for breakfast, and that's something that we don't do here, because that is a dessert for us. You have your dinner and then you have your pancakes for dessert, or pudding, depending on what you call it here. But it's obviously, I think pudding we say here, but maybe you guys in the USA call it dessert, even though pancakes you have for breakfast with syrup on it and all that kind of stuff. It's very much what we see as a dessert here, but any excuse to have it in the morning. And also the all-you-can-eat buffets that I remember from the time that I did go to the USA before and go to Florida and Disney World, all that kind of stuff. Just paying your money and then just eating as much as you want to, or should I say as much as you can, and that is always too much. I did feel a little bit ill after eating. I think I had lasagna or something like that, which is quite filling anyway. And then after I had that, I then had a 600 or 700 calorie ice cream, which was just a really bad idea. I did feel really bad after that, so ill. But it was it was worth it at the time for the taste. It wasn't worth it afterwards for the feeling. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Franco. And Amy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that again, Amy. The message is, oh my God, just found tapes from local bands, 70s and 80s, and converted to MP3 this week with rock horns. We are all cleaning out. So thank you for that, Amy. That is something about technology nowadays. You can get things that convert it, or just play the tape and record it as an MP3. So fortunately you can get it on your screens, on your computers, but I think nowadays you can get MP3 versions of lots of the hits. The really old stuff you might struggle to get a copy of, and then you'll need some kind of platform in order to get a machine that does it for you. But thank you so much for that, Amy. And Lynn has donated $20. Thank you for that, Lynn. The message is, let's have a cheer for Carla. Thanks for the moderating skill. So a massive thank you to Carla in there doing the moderating. And I haven't seen the moderators' names go through, so maybe it's just Carla tonight, because we did see Carla right at the beginning where I mentioned about a great job that she was doing already and joining us right at the beginning. So maybe Carla is just moderating by herself tonight, in which case she's doing a great job. Everyone say hello and thank you to Carla for doing such a great job with the moderating tonight. If it is indeed just Carla, then she is doing such a fine job, because I haven't noticed anything on the live chat room with anything untoward. So thank you, Carla, for that. I'm sure everybody in the live chat room wishes you the same, and thanks you for everything that you're doing tonight on the live stream. Right, we are going to be jumping into the final video of the live stream. It's already 1:10 here in the morning. I don't know where this time goes, but we have gone through the videos and shown a couple of hoodies, and it seems like that takes an hour and 10 minutes to do. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. And we are going to be getting into this request, which was requested by Vince over on Patreon. And it is the acoustic version of Amelia, where I played and then I recorded myself again playing and singing, harmonizing with that original take that I did the first time through. So we are going to be jumping into this. It's my song called Amelia, the acoustic version of it. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! Alright, Phil here, Wings of Pegasus, and I had a little bit of spare time, so I thought I'd whip down an acoustic version of a track called Amelia, which will be on the album once it comes out. Now I've decided to sit on the squeakiest chair ever. Hopefully that won't affect it too much. Now the idea that I've got in my head is to play along like a version now, and then
play along to that version afterwards, and then hopefully sort of sync it up somehow. But it should work. In my head, I think it's going to be fine. So let's see.
Talking, Amelia, Amelia, how could you leave me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Say the time is a healer. I don't believe what they say. I'm broken anyway. Ever since we parted, all this pain has started. It's never ending. On all this emptiness. Each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Don't tell me you love me when you're sorry. It's not enough. Ooh, no. Only this time I woke and broken free. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, 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 Amelia. Cheers. And there we have it. That was my acoustic version of Amelia. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we have a little bit of action in the super chat window that happened during that video. So we have had a donation from Empress Mermaid. Again, let me just scroll up just to make sure that I haven't missed anything from anybody. And we had Lynn just saying a cheer for Carla. So thank you again, Carla, for that, because she is just doing it all herself in the live chat room tonight from a moderating perspective. So again, thank you, Lynn, for that message, but Carla again, which I typed during that video as well. And Empress Mermaid donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, haha, kids today will never know the thrill of playing a cassette on a giant beatbox player. So thank you for that. And this is it. obviously back in the day, everything was so much bigger with the technology. Some of the things that I remember having I'm not sure what it's called. It was like a ghetto blaster. Maybe that's what it was called. It's just like a massive thing. And it played a tape, and the tape deck was tiny on the top of it. So yeah, massive. But it did have big speakers. It went quite loud as well, which is great. So thank you for that. Again, Empress Mermaid and Rin has donated $20. Thank you for that. The message is, Phil, just wondering if you ever heard of Ken Tamplin. And yes, I have heard of Ken. I've seen quite a lot of his videos. I did purchase his first singing course that he did, and unfortunately I just got to a point, I think I did that for about a year and a half, and I just couldn't get past the first volume, and I just really struggled with it. And then he released an updated version of it, and I tried that as well. But again, whatever was being demonstrated, I couldn't do or access the voices and the sounds that he was saying to do. It's just my vocal cords didn't want to do it, and I couldn't figure out a way to make the same noises as he was doing. So I gave up with that. I then moved on to another singing course, and then did that for maybe a month or 2 months. But then at the moment, I'm just trying to figure out my own voice. I think that's probably the best way for me to do it. I probably would have tried to get a lesson with Ken for vocals. Obviously, he plays guitar as well. I don't think he teaches guitar, but he does a lot of vocal reaction videos. But he's got his vocal course. I would have probably booked a lesson with him, but it was just way too expensive for a half-an-hour lesson, because when I teach guitar, I charge about I don't know how to convert this into dollars, but it's probably $30 for a half-an-hour lesson, and the lessons that Ken was doing were, I think, in the hundreds of dollars for half an hour. So it's just something that I couldn't financially make viable, because I thought, well, I've got so many other things that I could spend that money on for my own music and my own career, and for keeping the channel going and everything that I want to achieve in the future, and doing live streams, for example, because this was years ago that I'm talking about, that I had these ideas I wanted to do and I didn't have the money to do it. So just spending, a few $100s on half an hour was something that I could spend a few $100s on a month's worth of stuff that I could do for my own career going forward. So unfortunately, it wasn't something that I pursued. But yes, just to answer that, I do know of Ken Tamplin and have watched a lot of his videos about vocals and some of the things that he does release that teach you a little bit towards how to sing a bit better. But I think I've also gained knowledge from lots of other channels as well. But certainly Ken's is an interesting channel, and what he does is really interesting with the course. And like I said, it just so happened it didn't work out for me. It might be the case that if I had a lesson or a few lessons, then he would probably be able to tell me exactly what I should be doing and how I've misconstrued what he says in the course, because I've probably misunderstood along the line somewhere. It's just something that I wasn't able to do, and after doing it for about a year and a half, I then felt I'm going to try and move on to something else that maybe works for me a little bit more. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Rin, the donation. And Matt has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And it is a guy dropping the mic, so thank you for that, Matt. And Mario, who is still in the house tonight, has donated a crazy $200. So thank you so much for that, Mario. Again, just so crazy but massively appreciated for that donation. Thank you everybody for the donations tonight. They are so much appreciated and just allow me to keep going full steam ahead with the channel. The message is, thank you, Phil. You've inspired me to start playing a lot more. great to see everyone in their house having a rocking time with a smiley face. So that is great to hear, Mario, that you're getting a little bit more time on the fretboard. And it is something that I noticed earlier. I think it was Laura who was saying about maybe thinking about starting to play the guitar, that maybe she was too old, but you're never too old to play the guitar. I think anybody, as long as you don't have an illness or arthritis or anything that's seriously going to compromise your playing from a physical perspective, I don't think age really comes into it, because you can hold a D chord and hold an A chord and hold a G chord, and it pretty much is all just about finding the position for your hand. Everyone can do it. It just takes a lot of fiddling around with the position of your hand and just making sure you're not leaning on particular strings, getting a clean sound, but everyone can do it. So it doesn't matter what age you are. If you don't have any conditions that I mentioned, then you should be able to start picking up the guitar and playing a few chords and start to play some music. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It is something that we're going to have to call to a close now. It is 1:20 here in the morning, so it has gone on a little bit longer than normal. I think the live streams used to last for about an hour, but it always goes on a little bit longer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and also hitting that thumbs up button, because it really does help the channel to grow and to get out there. You can still hit that thumbs up now if you feel like doing that and you haven't done it so far. Then you can do that, and it really does help with everything. Even if you're watching this in the future and it's something that you're not watching live, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really does help chat room tonight. So I will catch you guys then. And something has just popped up. So Teacherman 1955 has just donated $5. So it looks like you might be hearing what I'm saying, and fingers crossed that is the case. The message is, Phil, happy Mother's Day to your mom. So thank you for that, Teacherman 1955. I'm going to call this a day now, just in case this is working and it's a chance to just sign off properly. So I'll see you guys in the comment section of the analysis videos and live on Tuesday night again. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys then. Rock!